Hello and welcome to my review of the Blokees Marvel Rivals Midnight. He's a fun figure. He's a very fun figure. I have some small gripes. I've got a QC issue on mine. At least I think it's a QC issue. I haven't seen anyone else with this issue, so I'd assume it is. Let's just get right into the review. Okay, normally I start off with a box, but I don't have a box. But I do have the instructions in Chinese, because I got this from China. It's a Chinese company, so Chinese retailers, you can trust them, I'd say. Of course, I'm not saying trust everyone. Always be careful who you buy things from. Make sure they're legit. But yeah, a lot of people always say don't buy this from China. Chinese company, so not an issue. There's this large model kit because it's a larger scale. I've seen the Star Wars ones are apparently a lot smaller and shorter. I don't have any Star Wars ones, but I think it scales quite well. Apparently he's like, if you were to say it's an Oscar Isaac inside it, it would be to scale to him in 1/12, like perfectly. But as far as comics Midnight go, he's a bit short. But I don't mind it, especially getting into a pose. It's not really much of a problem. But anyway, let's just get into a review of the figure. So here he is, all built up. I think it looks really nice. I did add in some lines using a Gundam marker. I used the grey one to fill them in. I'd recommend doing it. I haven't actually done the batons. I don't really know the design of batons, so I just know I used to do them. But yeah, he looks really, really good. It's more Rivals design, so the proportions are exaggerated. I don't mind that. I think it's quite good actually. Here's a cape. You can see got cool printed designs. Very nice. I've not actually played Marvel Rivals, I'll admit, but I've read loads of Midnight comics. I'm loving the current Jed McKay run. It's so good. It's so peak. If you want to get into reading Midnight, I would recommend getting the 2021, I believe, Jed McKay run, with issue 1 or volume 1 of trade paperback being called Midnight Mission. If you're wanting to get into it, it's a great starting point. I absolutely adore the Jeff Lemire run of Midnight. If you want something kind of more like thought-provoking, I guess, maybe more like into his mind, into his psyche, that's the run I'd recommend. But the Jed McKay run's amazing. They all like run into each other as well, so it's like one continuous long story that's been going on since 2021 till current. Still got issues coming out, still collecting issues every month. They're great. Okay, let's just get into articulation. So head moves up that much, moves down that much. Really good. You get some decent side to side. Of course, hindered by the hood. It is articulated at the bottom of the neck and the head, so get some decent movement, get some more character, you know. Arms. So this shoulder pad, you can actually move that down, move it up that much, so it moves out of the way for you, which is great. Butterfly joint, of course, moves out that much. Not too much because he's quite a bulky guy. Moves back. Doesn't really move back. But you can move it up and down a tiny bit, actually. No. So shoulder pad moves back. Bicep swivel all the way around. Double hinge elbow. Moves up that much, which isn't too good. You got a double peg hinge. It's not a ball, it's actually a double peg. You get an extra here. It's pegged. But they work great, so I'm not going to complain. Torso, ab crunch, goes that much, not too good. Goes back, like 90 degrees, which is crazy. I can get why they can't go forward that much. I mean, the armour kind of hinders it a bit. You can turn it a bit so it doesn't interfere, and it goes that much, so still not the best. I've heard the Star Wars ones have an issue, or would have had that issue, but they made a thing where you can move it down, it's like drop down, but at the waist, so you can actually hunch more. Would be nice if I did that. Legs, they would drop down. He's a model kit though, so that's going to happen to you. So they drop down, so if you did want them to be taller, you could do that. It certainly looks weird, but to each their own. But with that, you can get them to kick up that much, and you can kick back into the side, actually, that much. Knees double jointed, you get that much range. It's okay, better than 90, but I wish I could have gone a bit more. Ankles, they move up and down, spin around all the way, get your pivot, and your toe joint goes up that much, and then it doesn't actually go completely flat, it goes up a tiny bit. So it's pretty well articulated. I'd say they've just got issues with the elbows and the knees because they built in limiters onto the joints, and from all I've seen online, a lot of mixed bag, people say, oh, yeah, it doesn't, you can actually cut off the little limiters and it won't deal any damage to the figure. And other people say, no, don't do it, it will deal so much damage to your figure. So I'm just going to leave them for now, because if I end up finding out that it's actually okay, I can do it later on, but if I do it now and I find out it's not okay, I'm done for. I'll have to buy another one. The cape is fully wired, although the wires don't actually connect up here, they just kind of sit because it's like looped on. I'll show you there. Just hooked on there, underneath that. I don't know if I can get it back on. There we go. So, very cool. And of course, have it all the way out, make it look very grand, and like a crescent moon. Oh, see if I can get him to stand with it. Is that right? Move the camera back. It's very big, it doesn't actually fit in frame for me. I'm going to do that, there we go. Looks really good. Printed on. Funny material. Probably something synthetic, I'd assume. Yeah, fun figure. Let's go on to accessories. So, for accessories, I guess I should probably count it. The cape, I guess you could say is an accessory. You can take it off if you want. You can have him without his cape. So there's his back there. It's quite a tactical look. I think it looks really good. So you could have him without the cape. You can swap the heads. He does have an alternate head. But the neck peg likes to stay in this head. Fortunately for us though, they give you a spare neck peg. So here he is without the hood. I think the head just looks a bit strange without the hood, to be honest. I mean, it works. It reminds me of the one bit with, I think it was Jake Lockley's outfit at the time. Whenever he tried to give him a new outfit in a Jeff Lemire run. I think it was Jeff Lemire run, when he gave him the the like funny little face. Which actually reminds me of the or the other way around. A different figure reminded me of that face. The synthetic human figure. I thought the human face on it kind of looked a bit like that. So that could be a Midnight custom maybe in the future, if they were re-released and make it cheaper to get. But yeah, it's cool. I try and take it off. It took the neck joint as well. So a good thing to give it a spare. I'd be careful though. My one seems to have some stress. There's a stress mark there. So I'm a bit concerned about swapping it too much, but I'm not really going to use this head, to be honest. I like him with his hood. His pointy hood. Anyway, here, let's just get onto his hands. So he comes with a couple of crescent holding hands. They're molded into the hands, you can't take them out. He comes with 2 baton holding hands, which can double up as fist hands if you want. So you can just slide the baton out. He has quite good grip on them. You have it be fists. His fist of Khonshu. well, as a fist of con shoe, I guess on the right. Yes, fists. Maybe I should say as a fist of con shoe. I'm not going to say any more than that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Here he is with both batons, looking pretty snazzy. He also comes with a couple of grabby hands. They're pretty cool. I feel like if you're just like an angry Moon Knight just gonna grab someone before he like knees them or something like. It's pretty awesome. They look really great. There you go. Very nice design. And there's the light coming off again. Yeah, you can also use them to hold up his last accessory, which I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but Ankh. I don't know if some people have heard say Onk, other people say Ankh. I don't know, like something else. There's the Ankh or Onk, whatever it is. His thingy to warn him of danger and evil. At least that's what I'm pretty sure it does in the comics. He hasn't used it in a while. At least from ones I've read lately. I don't know what it does in the game. I imagine it's like an ultimate move or something. But as I said, I haven't played it, so I don't actually know. But that's all his accessories. You also get that an extra spare wrist peg, which is nice to have. I do quite like that. And of course the aforementioned spare head neck peg that seems to be stuck to the head. So yeah, he's great. I love this guy. Let's just get on to the size comparison. Here is next to the Blokees Brand New Day Spider-Man. He's a bit taller. I think it works quite well. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Blade from Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't have a comic Blade. I really want a comic Blade. If you want to swap the head on, it's too big. I'd recommend putting it on the other Moon Knight that Marvel Legends did. The one, this one, I don't actually know what they call it like officially, other than just Moon Knight. But this is the one that's kind of based on the Jeff Lemire run. I made one little cape for him. I might do a video on how to make the capes, because it's quite easy to make, it's quite cheap to make, and I think it'd be good to share that information with people, instead of keeping it all to myself. Here's Moon Knight next to Moon Knight. Don't want to take Moon Knight off, should have taken Blade off. There they are. I think he is a bit short. I'd wish he was a bit taller to scale better on Moon Knight here, but c'est la vie, not much I can do. Here's next to Ghost Rider. I think he's a bit short to be next to Ghost Rider, to be honest. The height difference is a bit much for my liking. Here is next to Marvel Legends Netflix. Not Netflix, Born Again, Daredevil. I don't have a Netflix one, but Born Again one's great. Height wise, he's still too short. Next Punisher, still a bit too short. Next to CT Toys Daredevil. If they can stand, there we go. Height works okay, still tiny bit too short. I think overall just he's too short. If he was a tiny bit taller, it would have been perfect. Well, a bit more movement and range, a tiny bit of height, he would have been a perfect figure. But yeah, I think he's pretty good. Let's just get into the overall thoughts, you know. Pretty sturdy in the knees. Size come off on my copy, at least if you twist them too much. You do that, it starts coming loose and out. Belt came off in mine. That's QC issue, I suppose, though. The plastic feels good. Quality's quite nice. He looks pretty great. I haven't really got any paint issues, although there's a tiny bit of chipping happening there from having him hunched over maybe hunched over that way. He's kind of rubbing against there. So be wary of that. The capes, it's a synthetic material. The wire's pretty good. Haven't had any breaking in it yet. It feels quite sturdy though. Yeah, plastic quality is great, as usual, for Blokees. He's a really fun figure. Again, focus there. He looks really good, just a bit short, and articulation could be a tiny bit better. But other than that, great figure. Would I recommend him? I most certainly would. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, great night. Thanks for watching. See ya.